Hi, my name is Julie Brefczynski-Lewis, and this week our topic is joy. I put as a thumbnail a picture of my mom. If you were in the class this week, I was using my mom as inspiration because even though we didn't have much, didn't have a car, or, lived in an apartment, she was always finding the joy in little things, and that's kind of what this is about. You can be on the lookout. You can almost treat it as a quest, as we're doing in our home practice this week, of just being open to little moments of joy. This is not about forcing ourselves to be happy, happy. Like almost like force that smile on your face. Like sometimes it does help to put on a smile. There are some techniques that do that. I'm just not that kind of person. But I do enjoy little moments, and it wasn't natural for me, actually. I was more of a type A personality, kind of a academic driven person, and it was only a little later in life that I started to appreciate my mom and how she just took these simple moments, feeding the birds, or just finding a nice find at what we in the Midwest we call them rummage sales, or garage sales, or yard sales. Well, that was little joys like that. But the practice we're going to do today, we're just going to do a sitting practice, and then think about and kind of conjure that emotion of joy if we can. We can cultivate it. It's something that can be learned, as I kind of had to do in life. I was a little bit of a morose person in my youth. um, Not completely, but and we can just be on the quest. Again, this week, we're supposed to, when we're off the cushion, maybe just kind of open to the different senses and how they can bring us joy. I just had a moment. I went outside, I took the dog for a walk, and afterwards I'm like, I've been meaning to rake the sandbox, which is kind of a weird thing. And I was raking it, and the final bits, I just decided to get my hands in there and just kind of take that top layer off. And the sensation of the sand on my hands was much more pleasant than I anticipated, and it really did bring me a nice moment of joy. So I savored it, but I'm not like thinking, "Oh no, where did that moment go where I was holding the kind of weird sand?" No, just touching it. I had given this William Blake poem of kissing joy as it flies, rather than holding on too tightly, or things change. Everything is in a state of flux throughout the day, and things that might have been bringing you a kind of stable sense of happiness earlier in the day may have circumstances could change. And so just lightly touching in with what brings us joy. So we'll sit with our feet on the ground, our spine in its natural curve, not too rigid, not too slouched, just comfortable. And then naturally finding our breath. We don't have to change our breath in any way. We don't have to breathe extra slow or, deeply. If that happens, you can notice it. But right now, we're just taking in our natural breath. Noticing that's our belly, chest, nasal passages. Move with the breath. Maybe even the temperature of the breath. And then setting an intention. Let me take this session to maybe relax a bit if that's what you need. You can check in on your body, mind, emotions. Or if you can go a little deeper and try cultivating joy and doing that as a practice, doing it, either of those things, in a way that appreciates your own need for it, as well as the fact that it'll have a benefit for others as well, for people you interact with, for your family, coworkers, friends, people in the community, etc. Taking a couple more minutes just to be with our breath before we start a joy meditation. So we're going to think about someone that we care about, that we would really love to see them happy. And think about them experiencing a joy. I like to, if I'm struggling with it on a given day, or if you're new to the practice, I recommend a child if you know someone, because there's not, it won't be complicated by jealousy. It'll just be, it's kind of pure. So thinking about your loved one on their own, you're not sending them a wish, you're just appreciating a moment of happiness they might have had. Maybe they've achieved something or just got a wonderful present, something that has really lit them up and made them really express joy. Imagine how you also feel in this moment. If they were really with you, it would feel really good. So try to tap into that feeling of appreciating someone else's joy, appreciating your loved one's joy. If it's a child, then even have a type of laugh that's both happiness and surprise rolled into joy. Intensify as much as you can, not worrying if it's strong feeling or just a little tip of the iceberg, or maybe you don't feel it at all. Then maybe wish for others to feel joy. And then to kind of anchor ourselves again, we're going to feel our feet on the ground. Go back to placing our attention on the rhythm of the breath. And if you want to continue this practice, you can continue radiating it out to the people in the community, yourself, and then eventually all. Okay? And just resting in the feeling of joy. But for those who want to conclude at this moment, taking the time to wish that this could, whatever, practicing something, whether it feels like a fruitful session or it feels like you just kind of tried and maybe it didn't work out, pat yourself on the back for any of those. There's no such thing as a session that doesn't matter. All these things go forward into a type of practice. So thank you for joining me, and I wish you a wonderful, joyful day, night, evening, whenever you watch this. Take care.